Hey guys, Coach Tom here. I'm asked, 2-3 times a week by, students globally as well as in my physical academy in Australia. I'm going in my first competition or my first big competition or my next competition. What advice do you have? And obviously, if I know your game, I could say, well, you've got the best De La Riva Berimbolo game, so pull De La Riva, hit the Berimbolo, take the bag. But even if I knew your game specifically because you're one of my students, I think it's very important to realize, the macro environment of a jiu-jitsu competition and actually have some generic advice. So if someone came to me for business advice, if I knew your business, I could say, well, actually, you need to do this. But in reality, the most generic business advice is increase revenues, decrease expenses or something like that. And it's very important to have that kind of just generic macro view of what you should be doing in a competition. And the currency in a jiu-jitsu competition is points. Yes, there's wins and losses, and submissions is obviously an automatic win, but most people that get submitted were down on points. They were acting desperate, and so that's why they got submitted. So my students, I'll be competing again with my students in a few days for making this video, and so I've given this advice today. First things first, are you good at takedowns or not? So that's normally going to come from two things, okay? Judo or wrestling. Now, I get some guys in here, young guys in their 20s, they're 220 pounds, they're flexible, they're balanced, they're hyper athletes. They're the 1 in 1,000 athlete, and they can do extremely well. They could enter a judo or wrestling competition, a low level one, and probably win it just because they're so balanced and explosive and things like that. However, if you don't practice takedowns in your academy, okay, don't try to pull your first one off in competition because you're going to waste all your energy for a potential 2 points. I would advise then pulling guard, okay? So when you pull guard, that is not defensive. If you pull guard, it must be offensive. So you pull them straight into your favorite guard so you can attack straight away for your favorite sweep or submission. Okay, so if you pull them down into a butterfly guard, it's straight into a butterfly guard sweep or a tomonagi or something. Okay, all right. If you pull closed guard, you should go straight for the back, for the armbar, for the choke. Okay, you must be dominant straight away. Pulling guard is not defensive; it must be offensive. Okay. However, most of the time, especially today in competition, a lot of guys and girls are going to pull guard straight away. It's a race to see who can pull guard. So no matter what your strategy is, to wrestle, to play judo, to pull guard, you need to realize at least probably half of the time, maybe more, they're going to pull guard on you. So when they do, you must have an answer, which is a guard pass. So what is your favorite guard pass position? If you like low, flat, say double unders passing, you want to pin to the ground like this. If you like knee slice passing, you want to be up like this. And so you must have an answer for when they pull guard. What pass will you do straight away? Because the generic rule and advice that I give all my competitors is this: get to the top. That's either via a takedown, countering a takedown, or pulling guard, okay, sweeping to the top, okay, or of course countering a guard. Once you're on top, pass the guard. Once you pass the guard, you'll presumably be in side control. Get to mount. Once you're in mount, you can start looking for the submission or the back. Knee on belly or knee ride can come into it too. So if you can't get to the mount, a knee on belly situation will give you an extra 2 points. Okay? Because remember, a takedown, a sweep, and knee on belly all worth 2 points. Passing the guard, 3 points. Mount in the back, 4 points under IBJJF and most competition rule sets. Okay, the hacks that you can play in the point system, which I like to tell people, if you go from the mount to the back to the mount, those 4 points can accrue. Okay, so you can really just win a match like that. Also, people not realizing that hooks in back control is different to back mount. So if you're in hooks in back control and you flatten them out, so you're sitting on the back like this with your shins on the ground, that is back mount. That is an extra 4 points. A lot of people don't know that haven't refereed or competed a lot. Bear in mind that if you're in a quarter guard or a half guard, if you get your foot out and you land in mount, that's 7 points. So that's 3 points for a guard pass, 4 points for the mount. So be careful if you're the man or woman on the bottom and you grab a foot, say from underneath mount, because you might be desperate to get out and then you just might let the foot go, you know, because you can't make it work. That's 7 points when you let that foot go. So be careful, you know, don't grab it unless you know what to do with it, okay? But you see some competitors will abuse that system and put their foot back in accidentally just to get it out. I don't encourage that kind of abuse of a rule set, but if you don't want it to happen to you, okay, make sure you know it. The only way to inoculate ourselves against things is to know and understand them, okay? So there you go, guys. In terms of competition, I think you should hype yourself up, you know, have some music, you know, be in an optimal state of arousal, to use the common term, not too crazy, you know, you don't want to be flipping out, you don't want to be too calm. I've certainly in my competitive career been on the ends of that spectrum to detrimental effect of the outcome of the match. So, you know, finding your happy medium in the middle is going to be different for everyone, but some good music can help get you there. And just remember, guys, focus on the process, not the outcome. Focus on the process, not the outcome, because if you give your all, the outcome will take care of itself, all right? That's been decided long ago in training. But if you focus on the outcome, if you win, you'll be happy. If you lose, you'll be depressed, and that shouldn't be the case. Your happiness should depend upon how happy you were with what you gave to the process, win or lose. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoy competing. There's some good generic advice. And don't forget, as a competitor, you want to be able to list off the top of your head your best guard pass, your best sweep, and your best submission. If you can answer those right away and you say, scissor sweep, knee slice pass, cross choke from mount, that is going to benefit you greatly, because in the heat of the moment, you don't have time to think, what should I do? How should I react? You're just going to be going on muscle memory, okay? But if you have a mental blank or a physical body like muscle memory blank, then you need to get the right answer straight away. So don't have multiple things. Know what your plan A pass is, your best one, know what your plan A sweep is, and know what your plan A submission is. Because you'll be surprised. Knowing it doesn't mean you are going to get it, but if you don't know what it is, the chances of you finding the right answer in the fog of war that happens, good luck with that. So do your homework, have some fun out there, happy competing. I'm Coach Tom, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video, guys. For more videos, click here. To subscribe to this channel to get all of our awesome videos, click here. And if you'd like to have our hour-long series for free on footlocks and how to defend footlocks and leg attacks of all kinds, please click here. I'm Coach Tom, guys. I'll see you next time.